And that's correct. We're working on the bottom half of the 70-kilogram bracket. Kevin LaValle, Adam Hall was in the 3-6. Kulchytsky and Green, your number 2 seed in the challenge tournament. Up on the top half of the bracket, Dustin Schlater received the bye into the semifinal. Moza Fay and Derek St. John. That's out on the mat, on mat 2 right now.
Yeah, Kulchytsky, a name that maybe not many of the fans really know too well, but he was a big 3-time Division III national champion for UW Oshkosh and really was a stud down in D3. But James Green, he was multiple-time All-American for Nebraska at 157 pounds. I believe he took 3rd at the NCAA tournament this past year. Really just a tough, really great, explosive, quick wrestler with some great leg attacks. And he's going to make the move to freestyle really well here. Look for him to make some big noise this weekend. And
Green is a past University World Freestyle member, World Team member. That was down at 66 kilograms. I mean, that was a big news whenever he cut from 157.
Now Kulchytsky in on a fireman's carry, and he gets strong here, gets his head strong, and that's going to be 4 for him. Great fireman's carry as Kulchytsky able to get to that leg, and now he's going to get a leg lace too, and he leads 6-0. Did they give 2 again on the? Does that make it 8 if they gave 2 again on the edge?
I can't see what the chairman confirmed. The mat judge went 2 on the original fireman's. The Angry Bird comes out.
Mark Manning and Brian Snyder in the corner for James Green, not happy.
Okay, once again here, USA Wrestling is endorsing a charity auction during this year's World Team Trials held at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin. They're auctioning online off 6 protest bricks. So the Angry Bird that you see come out, they're auctioning those off. They will be signed by the men's champions, the World Team members. Those will be the Red Birds, signed by the men's champion, Blue Birds, signed by the women's team. Proceeds to the auction will be donated to Beat the Streets Wrestling Organization in Madison. The auction will be open Friday, June 12th at 12:01 a.m. for bidding, and the bidding will close on Sunday, June 14th at 11:50 p.m. The winning bidder's autographed Angry Bird will be shipped free of charge after payment is received. And here on the challenge process, you throw the Angry Bird. It has to be confirmed by the athlete that yes, they do want to challenge. It goes to video review. In the arena here, they'll have it up on the board. Everybody gets to see a lot of the camera work here. We'll have that challenge thrown up.
Yeah, I mean, a great start from Nazar, and that's exactly what you want to do, is you come out, he hits that fireman's carry, he's able to get strong, and gets a big 4-pointer, and then goes right into his leg lace, and is able to get 2 of those leg laces, which was confirmed originally, and we'll see the challenge. That 1 leg lace on the end is, I believe, what they're trying to figure out if he got that extra 2, but there's definitely at least 6 points if I were to be the referee, but I'm not, so I don't make the decisions out here.
And it's, you know, it's a tough thing that you don't hear what the coaches are saying. The officials were a little bit off the mat here, so we couldn't hear what exactly they're challenging, whether they're challenging some of the exposure or if they're challenging that 4 opposed to 2 on the fireman's. It was Green down on a knee when that fireman's carry started to happen. So there's a couple things that could be in play here. Maybe they're looking at all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, if I were to give my best guess, it would be that 1 leg lace on the end, which they awarded, which would have been, maybe they're saying he was out of bounds already, and it should have been called dead, and would make it 6-0. If we are talking about that 4-point move right off the bat, it could be 4-0 Kulchytsky. I mean, with a takedown and a lace, we're not really sure, and we should see a replay here soon on the big screen.
I'm not sure if there's some technical difficulties. On your screen here, see Rick Tucci. Seems as though they're waiting for the video replay to come up in their monitor. Yesterday they showed in the arena here, and here we go. We have it up top, and now you're seeing it on your screen. Fireman's carry.
There's no knee on the mat, so he gets him off the mat, and there should be exposure, so it should be a 4-point move there. And now we'll see about these leg laces. He gets 1 leg lace, and now that second one, that's going to be close. It's going to be basically up to just opinion, you know.
And some of the, you know, talking to different people and officiating and stuff, the head 2 and 2, and I think it is going to be 8-0.
Wow.
And that's going to be 9 with a lost challenge also.
Okay. huge for Nazar Kulchytsky coming out there. And a minute in, not many of the people watching at home would have thought that James Green would be down big this early.
Oh.
So they back it up, so it's 6-0. Okay.
So we missed the camera work there on the paddles going up. So whether it was 2-2-2 or if it was 4-1-2, either way, we're at 6-0.
And an arm spin attempt, nothing there, but James Green fires back with a double leg, and Nazar able to get off that shot. But if I'm Nazar, like we talked about earlier, you got an early lead here. You got to keep building, and you want to end this thing quickly. You don't want to let a guy like James Green hang around. And Nazar, the hometown crowd here in Wisconsin for him. He's training out here in Madison with the Wisconsin Badgers, and he's in on another shot of high crotch, and James Green able to get those hips back quick, run behind him, and there was really no chance for Nazar right when he got that leg. Green was able to react, and now Green looking for a gut wrench, and he drives him out, and we'll go back up to our feet, and they award 1 for fleeing the mat there on the edge.
Caution and 1 confirmed all around. Everybody had the same call. You saw Coach Snyder calling for it. Kulchytsky going forward, he is going to be placed down, and we're going to start parterre. You don't see this very often in today's freestyle.
But right when you thought that Kulchytsky comes out with that big 8-0 lead, the challenge changes and makes it 6, and now James Green gets in on a shot and gets the caution 1, and now it's 6-3. He's right back in this thing.
And, you know, Green looked to have something going on that gut wrench. He gets the start back up on top. Doesn't look like he's going to get anything done here, but look for him to go back to that gut wrench if he gets another takedown. That's one thing, the guys that are really effective in freestyle, takedown, right to turns. You see guys, Jordan Burroughs very good at right to a lace. And you can put up points in bunches. We've seen some matches. And very quickly yesterday, Mark Hall takes Chance Marcello down with ankle pick. Lace, 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 match over.
Yeah. Mark Hall, he's something else. I mean, that guy, I'd like to see him compete up at the senior level and see how he'd fare against some of these older guys.
And we're going to see Anthony Valencia in the 74-kilogram weight class. He took 3rd.
Who Mark Hall actually has beaten in matches. The most recent match Mark Hall won. The one before that, Valencia won. So I definitely think he could definitely compete. I don't know if he'd be able to take out some of those top guys, but he'd definitely be in the mix at 74 kilos. We'll go into this second period, 6-3 lead for Nazar over James Green. Coming out early with that fireman's carry to the leg lace, and these guys will both go back to their corners. Coach Snyder and Coach Manning in the corner for James Green. And what's your game plan coming out of this corner if you're James Green?
I think James Green needs to get to leg attacks. He doesn't want to get into those ties with Kulchytsky. You know, that fireman's, he wants to go from the open. He's got an explosive double leg. I think he wants to kind of stock back a little bit, look to fire off that double leg right to a gut wrench.
Yeah, and waiting's a trap here if you're James Green. You want to get out and you want to score early and often. But right back to that tie for Nazar, and James Green fires off that tie. He's in on a high crotch now, and Nazar kind of cracks him down and looks for a roll here, but he doesn't get anything. He's got a chest lock, and now James Green's still on that leg, and we're back to that crackdown. Nazar locks in the crouch, looking for a crotch lift here, but he's kind of scooting the corner too, and we got a funky scramble position, and it looks like there might be exposure for James Green there, and that gives him the 6-5 score of the match there. But big for James Green to able to get out of that scramble. Both kind of, it's a 50-50 position right there.
And you know, it kind of went back and forth. Green was in really good position with that knee pull turned into a head outside. You know, and Kulchytsky was looking for crotch lift, pulled it deep. And then if you saw the adjustment, Green, he started lifting the ankle, looking for that exposure on the backside that he ended up ultimately getting.
So just like that, Nazar jumped out to that early 6-0 lead, and Green has 5 unanswered points, and he is 1 point away from tying this thing up. And really, he turned from looked like almost Nazar kind of working for that tech fall to right back into this match.
And here's where,
wow, great attack from James Green, and now he leads 7-6 over Nazar. Really good adjustment. He shot in on that double leg, able to pop it off and run through him for that takedown.
But the scoring sequence on how they scored that first sequence, that comes into play now because does Kulchytsky, does he have a 4-pointer up on the board, or did he have 3 twos? So kind of have to watch to see if this match gets tied up, who the wrestlers believe has criteria, and hopefully they, you know, we're verbal with these guys, letting them know exactly how the scoring took place and who has criteria edge if this does get tied up. That was one thing we saw at the Greco trials. Anderson actually thought he won the bout. He thought he had the criteria edge when the scoreboard was showing that he did not.
And we have a challenge by blue.
And over on mat 2, they have a challenge. Keith Gavin, he leads Richard Perry 7-1.
Remember to get in for that auction. Bidding open until Sunday, June 14th, 11:50 p.m. To bid, go to www.charityauctionorganizer.com/auction/2015 trials. USA Wrestling also has that up on their homepage.
Minute left here in this bout. Green leads 7-6. And if you're James Green, you cannot shut down here and go into defensive mode yet. It's too early, and he doesn't. He's looking for an elbow pass. Little high crotch attempt there, kind of misses. But if you're Nazar, I mean, this is a next score kind of wins match here, and the next takedown really kind of opens the gap for James Green or puts Nazar in the lead.
And it, you know, almost looks like Kulchytsky, he's figuring, oh, there's a 2-pointer. That's going to make it tough here. It looked like Kulchytsky's thinking, I want to score really late so I don't have to fend off any attacks, and that kind of backfired on him where James Green gets the 2-point takedown and extends the lead to 9-6.
Yeah. And Nazar, he scored that early 6 points, but hasn't been able to score since. 9 unanswered points from James Green. And now Nazar in an attack of his own, and he'll drive James Green out.
And now we're back to that criteria. If Kulchytsky's able to score a takedown here, actually, was that white paddled on both sides?
It was.
White paddled, so we're still at 9-6. So I was going to say if the takedown comes into play, but with that being white paddled, James Green down on the mat on that step out, it was not scored. That one is going to get the 1 point.
See, that's interesting. It looked like almost the same exact position as last time, and one time they white paddle him, and the other time they give him 1.
That's going to be a 9-7 win. James Green moving on to the semifinals in the 70-kilogram men's freestyle weight class.
And that's a big win from James Green. You know, you go down early, kind of maybe facing a little pressure out there. As you go down, he's able to keep his composure and able to